Hey guys, Lee here from PreSonus, and I'm here with the guys at Gear4music, and we're going to check out the PreSonus ATOM. So the ATOM is our brand new controller. It's for performance and it's also for studio production. The pads feel really good, real snappy, so it's a really good tool for using live, but also really good for using in studio for making beats and triggering samples and playing synths and stuff. They're velocity sensitive. They're also pressure sensitive, so this means you get aftertouch. So I'll show you a bit how that works after. I'm going to give you an overview of the ATOM, of how to live record, how to step sequence, do some quantizing. But the ATOM will basically allow you to build a track without having to touch your mouse the majority of the times, which is really cool, and it adds to workflow and ease of use. Okay, so just a quick overview of the ATOM. On the right hand side, you've got the nav section. So this lets you navigate through your presets and through your different sounds. Kind of works like your mouse, so you've got a up, down, left, right, and your select button. You can also hit zoom here to zoom vertically or horizontally. You've got a setup button, so this allows you to set up your ATOM to have different pressure thresholds, velocity settings, so you can use the ATOM to work with you and how your feel works. So if you hit hard on the pads or you hit soft, you can change these settings in the ATOM to suit you. Below this you have the transport section, so then you've got your click, record, play, stop. Along the left hand side you've got some setup buttons. So this is where you'll open your browser and you'll pick your presets and your sounds for your instruments. Your editor, so you can get in here and move your notes around, change velocities, and even nudge notes and quantize your notes from here. Below here, you've got your instrument section, so you can show, hide your instrument. You want to open your instrument, do the settings, and then you want to make it disappear for when you're doing your recording part. You've also got banks, so you can flip between different banks from the pad. Below this, you've got modes. So we've got full level for velocity. So if we hit full level, this means that we've got full level velocity continuously. Below this, we've got note repeat, which I'll show you guys in a second. And then we've got a shift button. So when we hit shift, we have some secondary functions on our buttons as well. So for example, on the transport, we've got click, and then we've got count in. You've got record, but then we've got save, play and loop, stop and undo. And there are some more secondary functions as well, which I can show you. So what we're going to do here is do some live recording first. What I'll do is turn my click on, and if I hit shift and hit click, now I have a 4-beat count in. If I press set, when I go to my song section, in this section, this allows me to set up my instrument and pick my presets. So hit setup, browser. You'll see my browser opens on screen, and I can use my knobs or up-down keys to navigate to my presets or settings. So I'm going to navigate down to this setting, minimal techno, and you can see the instrument's open and it's ready to use. I can hide my instrument, and I can just start some recording. So you'll see I did some simple recording. The timing wasn't so bad, but could be a little tighter. So all I need to do is hit shift and nudge, quantize, and you'll see the notes on screen will automatically lock to the grid, so that should all be tighter. Okay, so then we can set loop. So with this, I can drop in my loop. And then I can hit shift, play, and that turns on my loop. So now this will loop over that section. Okay, I hit editor. That opens my edit page. And now I can move left and right, navigate through my notes. Also on the pad, you'll see I've got some duplicate, delete, and velocity. So I can delete some notes or change the velocity for individual notes you'll see on screen. And then when I'm done, I can close my edit, hit shift editor, and that closes my editor. Okay, if I hit setup, go to my browser, just open another instrument. Okay, so that's just, I picked the same preset, and I can hide this from screen again. So this time I'm gonna do a pattern recording, so like step sequencing recording. And if I hit setup, you'll see on the bottom of the Atom, you've got these 8 pads that are all different colors. These are actually assignable, so I can go into my software and assign different functions to these pads. What I've got is pattern on this one here for me, so I assign this. So you'll see I hit pattern, it drops a pattern into the screen, and then I can just duplicate that pattern. So now let me see. If I go playing, hit edit, and you'll see my pattern editor opens on screen, and it also opens on the actual Atom. What's cool now is I can start to navigate through my sounds along the left-hand side on screen here. So you'll see I can just start to drop in notes on the pattern, and I can keep building and building and flipping through different notes with the navigation keys and add them as I wish. So then I hit Shift Editor, that closes my pattern editor off the screen. Turn off Edit, and I'm back to live mode on the Atom. Okay, so Atom doesn't just work with drum machines, it will work to trigger all types of samples and also works with keyboard instruments. So go to Setup, Browser, and now I can navigate to, let's say, this Mai Tai synth. Okay, so now you'll see on the Atom we've got some yellow and blue keys. Yellow is my white keys, and the blue lines up with my black keys on screen. This is polyphonic, so you can actually play chords. And again, I can hide my instrument. And what's really cool about this, again, is you can use, like I mentioned earlier, pressure. So this means that when I play a key, I can go to any parameter, right-click, and I can assign pressure to that parameter. So now when I press the key, you see that I've got aftertouch. So this feature is, again, really good for, expressive playing, maybe playing live, and also giving, some feel to entering MIDI notes or using software instruments. One other cool feature I mentioned earlier was note repeat. So if I go back to one of my drum instruments, for example, and I can play through my sounds, the last sound that I trigger, if I hit note repeat, then I've got these 8 keys that will play through my notes in quarters, in 8ths, 16ths, 30-second notes. So you get. And again, these are velocity sensitive as well, so you can add some feel to you entering the notes. When you record this will just record in the notes that are playing as you hear them. So that's a quick overview of the PreSonus Atom. This is available straight away to you guys if you check on PreSonus.com, and also check the Gear4music website for more information. Thanks, guys.